Hello, and welcome to Lionheart Dreamweaving. My name is Matthew, and today I have for you a general energy reading for the zodiac sign of Cancer. Now, just a quick disclaimer that if you felt drawn for any reason to watch this video, it doesn't necessarily matter what zodiac sign you are, because there may be a message here for you. Just use your own discernment, okay? So, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to start with this Animal Spirit Oracle. I'm going to pull an overall sort of energy from here, and I will actually read from the book. I don't need to do that necessarily, but I just really like this little guidebook, and it's pretty short and sweet. And then I will pull tarot cards and flesh out a full message for you here. Okay, so let's get started. What is the overall energy here for Cancer today for the viewers of this video? What is the overall energy of the message today? Oh, okay. All right, we got the camel. Nice, nice. Let's find that in the book for you here. Thank you for your patience with me. All right, here we go. Resourceful, independent, and knows oneself. The camel can handle absolutely anything, as it carries a wealth of nourishment within. This wondrous creature is self-reliant and handles challenges with ease. Even in the face of excess heat, judgment, or anger, the camel searches inside for the cool elixir of water to calm the situation. The camel represents the ultimate form of bringing opposites into balance, fire and water, and being responsible for one's own reactions. The camel is a wonderful traveler and is especially fond of trips to faraway lands. All right. When in balance, calm, content, with a sparkle in the eye. When out of balance, dehydrated and lacks vitality. To bring into balance, a pilgrimage. Interesting. All right, so there's a message here overall about self-reliance and perhaps about travel. Okay, well, anyway. Now we'll start with there. Now we're going to build on that and then see what comes out here. So I'm going to start with this on the top row with the Osho Zen Tarot. What is the message here today? What is the message? Okay, maturity. What else? What is the message today? Success. Totality. And abundance. Ooh, all right. This is interesting. Before I start interpreting, I want to get all the cards on the table. So yes, thank you for your patience. Thank you for your patience. Let's clarify the camel here. Clarify the camel, please. All right. Clarify maturity. Clarify maturity. You're getting a lot of these pentacle cards. Interesting. Okay. All right. So, all right. Clarify success. Clarify success. Okay, we got the 9 of Wands there. Let's see, clarify totality. Oh, we got 2. All right. I guess we take 2. Let me scooch these slightly. Scooch that one that way. And then abundance. Let's see. Clarify abundance. Oh. Okay, I guess that was fast, but all right. Take that. All right, so what am I seeing here? So I guess we'll start left to right. So with the camel energy, all right, because you got so many pentacles cards. Actually, somehow this for me is feeling very, very much to relate with the material world, and almost like quite much so like money, finances, career. Yeah, seems to be a pretty strong theme here going. So interestingly, so you got the 6 of Pentacles to clarify the camel, and now it's there's a bit of a nuance to this card, because this would be on the other side. This is a double-sided card deck, by the way. But this back side of the card, which is not what you got, would be the 6 of Pentacles in its ideal and healthy form, which would be generosity, a very generous person who with their resources, because they sort of understand the principle of the flow of that you have to be able to give in order to receive, right? Or that, the way economy like works ideally is that the money stays in a flow, right? That there's a constant giving and receiving action here, and actually that despite what maybe our fear-based mind and our fear-based thoughts that want to like cling on to resources might tell us, or hoard resources or something like this, or get greedy about getting more and more resources to become self-sufficient, especially with the camel here, the self-sufficiency, that actually being generous with the resources you have can, in the long term, generate a lot more abundance. It doesn't seem like, or that can be a little hard for the rational mind to understand, or like a fear-based or a greed-based mindset to understand. But ironically, by like letting the money go more freely and spending and investing it, of course, wisely, but that actually not just frittering it away on, but that the generosity of giving actually attracts a lot more wealth to you in the long run. However, now you have on this side of the card actually someone who is not in the most healthy mindset in regards to money here. Now, I'll kind of let you as the viewer fill this in, because this is a general reading. So I'll let you put yourself in the story here wherever you want. This could be another person, but if this is the energy that you're in, I know it's a little hard to be honest with ourselves about our own shadow energies, but if this is the energy you're in, try to be honest with yourself about that, okay? But this is an energy of someone who is not the healthiest mindset towards the giving and receiving of money. So this is a very wealthy person, but actually what they're doing, you see how they're standing tall like a giant over this town, and actually using their wealth to inflate themselves as a person, right? They kind of have inflated their self-importance here. And they're this is like an Ebenezer Scrooge kind of energy, to be honest. Now, of course, this might be like a very reliant, independent person. They might be independently wealthy or like be aspiring towards such. And um, you do see this sometimes even with really spiritually minded people or people into spirituality that like they have an aspiration towards financial independence, and that's great. Like I would totally support that. Like you should build your financial independence, but there's also in the spirituality scene a lot of really unhealthy dynamics, relationships towards money that can develop and be encouraged by some certain actions, especially, like Instagram spirituality, all of that. Yeah, it's YouTube spirituality, maybe, and, social media kind of thing. It's kind of in vogue lately to, when talking about abundance, but they don't, they're kind of encouraging a bit of an unhealthy relationship towards money sometimes, um, in the name of abundance. Yeah. Or financial independence or something like this. Um, Now, okay, what do we have here? So we have the maturity, which would be the Ace of Pentacles, clarified by the Queen of Pentacles here. Hmm. So this would be kind of the energy, I guess, of making investment in oneself, which again, taken just by itself as an idea, as a concept in the abstract, would be a very healthy thing to do. Like, right? Like investing in yourself, right? Maybe investing in your own business, something like this. Yeah. It's a very healthy thing. So this is not what I'm not trying to discourage anybody from investing in themselves. Definitely not. Um, but when I see the next card over with the success and then the clarified by the nine of swords, um, there's still some shadow aspects being worked through here. Okay, so this could be interpreted a few different ways, and this is a general reading, so I'm just going to throw out all of the. Can I block? I don't know. So I'm gonna throw out a few different interpretations here, and you just take the one that resonates with you, and you can ignore the rest. Okay, but so this could be um, for some people like actually a fear of success. So like not wanting or being ready or willing or able to make an investment in yourself or start a business or something like this, actually because for whatever deep-seated reasons unique to you're actually a little bit anxious, nervous, scared, fearful of achieving success, actually, which I know, sounds paradoxical, but some people this actually can be, um, for many reasons. Um, Now, this also could be, mm, mm, yeah. Now, this also could be potentially for someone who already is in a position of success, a fear of falling off. Okay. So, mm, because the tiger here, or that, okay, so this card, the success card, talks about, mm, so that life is constantly a series of like ups and downs and ups and downs, ups and downs, right? So there's going to be times in life where you're on top of the world, like you're riding high and you can like celebrate your success. And then there's going to be times where things have a lull or a down point and like maybe you're not so successful. Um, but it seems to have developed a bit of like unhealthy attitudes towards either like the I don't know, the emotional aspect of being successful, or perhaps or the status or recognition aspect or something like this, or even just on the financial aspect, because this is a very financial based reading, it seems. Um, Now, mm, Now, so for example, like if this were someone talking about someone who's a very wealthy person, again, like I'm not going to place you, the viewer. You can place yourself where you want to in this story, but maybe this is someone you know, or maybe this is you yourself, if this resonates. But this could be someone who is acting into this energy and becoming a bit greedy or stingy or hoardy, like, or or self-inflated or something about this, because they're actually deep down actually like really scared to fall off the top, because they got themselves to the top and they became this self-independent energy, and then they're just really scared of losing it all, you know. Yeah, but like I was explaining at the beginning, that's that actually is not the healthiest thing to be in, and can be, it's not actually the best way even to facilitate the proper flow of abundance. Okay. All right, so moving on, we have here totality. And you got two cards clarifying. You got two eights. The eight of wands. The totality would be, I guess, the five of wands. By the way, this would be the six of wands. This would be five of wands. Um, and then it's clarified with the eight of wands and the eight of cups. Now, this is kind of interesting because it's like, all right. So you see how they're doing a trapeze act floating in the sky here? So, floating. They're not floating, but they're swinging in the sky here. Um, and it's the trapeze artist, and they have to be so like present in the moment to be able to like fully present in the moment to be able to pull this act off without falling and getting hurt. So it's funny because I was talking about falling off, and then on this card there's like the if they don't execute this like well, if they're not like really present with the energy, like they could fall here. So they have to be really like mindful and present and fully aware of what they're doing. Um, and then it's clarified by these two eights. So you have it's fast moving energy here with the eight of wands, and that's kind of stormy also, because this would be like clear skies. This is kind of the more positive version of this eight of wands energy here. But you have here this other side where it's actually like a lightning storm going on, dark skies, dark clouds, and a lightning storm. Sometimes this is positive. Well, it can sometimes indicate just like a bit more intensity, but um, when I'm seeing it here now with the eight of wands as well, and this is also, oh yeah, we have this figure like walking away here, and then there's like a lot of fast motion here. Okay, so um, it's kind of giving the energy of like quick decision making, or like getting put into a circumstance where you kind of have to make a decision on the spot or on the fly of like, and then there's something about like, do I stay or do I go, you know? um yeah. Hmm. I'm trying to think how does this all tie together into itself, because usually the readings do that. So um right, so I'm looking at the night. Which of these cards here have the dark black night sky? It's the Six of Pentacles, and then these two cards here. Mm, so this could either be, again, like if I was saying, if this is like for those of you who are putting this in the mindset of this is someone else, this figure over here, it's like maybe you just reach a snapping point with a person, and you like your boss or someone maybe, and you end up just like on a whim deciding to like quit your job, and for the sake of like your own mental health or something like this. This is like that kind of energy. And if that is your situation, I would actually say, um, I mean, again, please use your own discernment. I don't know the details of your life situation. However, um, if you if you're at that thing where like you just kind of like are reaching your breaking point with something, like it might actually be the healthy thing to do here when I was talking on this line about like investing back into yourself. Um, it might be a healthy thing to do here for you to walk away, or at least like make a good plan for yourself to walk away, or like it's potentially to just do it spontaneously because of the um. But I think it's better though to like set up a backup plan for yourself like before the spontaneous like snapping happens. So, but like yeah. But if you look, the direction of this walking away, it's like walking towards this abundance on the last line here. Um, right now, mm, um, for those of you though who like this is about you, that this is maybe your shadow energy that you're in here, it would be kind of um, suggesting to kind of like bite the bullet and take a risk on invest take a risk on an investment in your future, right? Um, yeah, because there's like this energy here of investing in yourself, and then this is talking the original card in the beginning with the camel talking about like self-reliance, and your own inner resources, or self-reliance in regards to resources. And then the Six of Pentacles talking about the proper give and take and the flow and the reciprocation of energy that's required for proper abundance on the end here. But this would be like kind of a stagnant and like holding energy, right? And it would be this from coming from the fear here, and it's kind of suggesting that um, it would be better to uh, break yourself out of that mindset and like walk away emotionally from that mindset, and to kind of take the like leap of faith here and into like a new direction here, or like again, like I keep getting the idea of like um someone being scared of losing their resources, so they're like not wanting to make an investment in themselves. But this is kind of suggesting that the wiser thing to do here would definitely be to make the investment into yourself, or your a different career direction or something, perhaps, or starting a new business if that's what's on your mind, that kind of thing. Because on the last line here, then we have the abundance, which would be the King of Pentacles clarified with the King of Wands. So that's like strong, confident energy, strong, confident decision making and leadership kind of energy here. Um, and then the result being like manifesting in this like material abundance in particular, because like I said, this kind of whole reading is like tinged with pentacles and kind of like money and career kind of themes. So yeah, um, I think overall what I'm seeing here is there's like it's like kind of a big question for you about like what is the best route for your achieving this like financial independence here. And the answer is kind of saying like, first of all, like investing in yourself or your skills, or your own like business ideas and things like this. Like you kind of have to spend money to make money, I think is the conclusion I'm coming here you here with. um yeah. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, that's interesting. It wasn't the easiest message to pull out of here, but because I also do get a distinct sense that there's like kind of like really just two completely different paths because it really depends on like is this figure you or is this somebody else, right? Um, but if it yeah, so it's either like walking away from someone who has this kind of mindset, like this could be like a nasty boss or something, or someone who's trying to like be a bit controlling over resources. Um, or this could be an unhealthy mindset within yourself about like the fears relating with the potential of like losing or like not being successful or even being successful, like how what would that entail and how would my life change and all of those things. Right, but like ultimately the kind of conclusion is like either way, like for both of them it's like to like walk away from the situation and moving into something new here. Yeah. Right. Um, and then the kind of but it is like a really positive conclusion on the end here with the manifestation of abundance and the this is kind of is in the end the achievement of what we were talking about in the beginning with the camel with the like strong sense of independence, especially in this regard, financial independence here, right? So I want you to just be assured that um, it is certainly possible. You can actually explore new routes or take a different direction, especially if it's something about like making a financial investment into something like a business idea or et cetera, or getting a new job, like in a new field, maybe going to a different study program. I don't know, all sorts of things this could be. But you'll know the details of your own life better. Okay, so just try and use your own discernment on how to interpret this message for yourself. And I think I'm going to wrap it up here. I hope this has been interesting. I hope it's been helpful, or at least interesting for you. And yes, if it has, then please click the like button. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Feel free to subscribe if you'd like to see more content. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. I love you. Thanks for visiting me. And oh yeah, comment. Yes, comments. Because I always like to see the comments. Interesting. So yeah, I'm going to end the message now. So see you again some other time.